So I used to work for the York Daily Record, and there used to be a time that we had enough money that we could do weekend-long field trips. And once we took a bus trip down to Washington, D.C. for the weekend, and there was a select group of us who were signed up to get an exclusive tour of the West Wing by a reporter who worked for the bureau there for the White House. And to get this tour, this was during the Clinton administration, we had to go to the West Wing gate, we had to sign in, we had to go through all of the security, and then we had to wait. Now, this was at the very end of Bill Clinton's second term. He didn't have a whole lot going on in his life at that time. And there was a state dinner planned for the White House that night. So there was massive security all over the place. Pre-9/11, massive security was very unusual at the White House. So guys with machine guns up on the roofs, people walking around looking like ninjas on the grass. It was a really big deal. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting for this person from the press corps to come out and give us the tour. And while we were waiting, somebody in our group goes, "That's Mr. T." And we're like, "No, Peg, that's not Mr. T." She goes, "That guy coming out of the White House right now, that's Mr. T." And we're like, "Peg, that's a little racist. I don't think that's Mr. T." She goes, "All right." And Mr. T walks out of the White House, and he comes to his little booth at the West Wing gate, and he's wearing a do-rag, and he's wearing like a gray sweatshirt, sleeves ripped off, and he's wearing gray sweats. And he comes out, and he meets the security guard, and he goes, "So I need to sign out here, I need to pay the paperwork and everything like that." And he gets all the paperwork, and Peg looks at him, and she goes, "You're Mr. T!" And suddenly, this gentleman goes, "Yes, I am Mr. T. Mr. T was at the White House. How'd you know that Mr. T was at the White House?" All of a sudden, this person is referring to this person in his third-person voice, and it's Mr. freaking T coming out of the White House. And now we've got 6 reporters gathered around him. One of them, by the way, is Jim McClure. Does anybody here know Jim McClure? Jim McClure is with me and can verify this story. We are standing there, and Mr. T is coming out of the White House, and we're like, "What in the world were you doing in the White House?" And Mr. T says, "Well, I'll tell you, Mr. T was running down the street. I was in town for the weekend, and I was doing my morning jog because I got to do my workout, and all of a sudden, Secret Service agent chases him down on Pennsylvania Avenue and says, 'The president would really like to meet you.'" Bill Clinton was sitting somewhere in the White House, looking out a window, and he saw Mr. T jogging down the street, and he said, "Go get him." This poor black man is running down the street, and all of a sudden he's got Secret Service agents chasing him down, saying, "You got to come back to the White House." Now, this is at least the story I swear to God that he told us, but it's possible that he's like a 007 agent killer for America. I don't know. I'd like to believe that he is. I grew up on Mr. T and the A-Team. I'd like to believe that. We would have talked to him for the next 3 days. But at some point, all of a sudden, Mr. T goes, "You know what? TNT today, they're showing Rocky 1, Rocky 2, and Rocky 3. Rocky 3, that's the good one. And that's about to start. Mr. T's got to get going. I got to go now." And he signed off with us that way. Now, I don't think that TNT was showing Rocky 1, Rocky 2, and Rocky 3 that day. Rocky 3, that's the good one. But I believe that Mr. T found that to be the best way in the world to get out of a little gaggle of people standing around like in absolute amazement of him. So that is my brush with greatness. Mr. T at the White House, I swear to God, ask Jim McClure. It's true.